Alright
I don't
guys,
really
welcome
care too
back
much.
for another video. Today we are joined by Salvation. We are going to be showcasing the worldline unit thanks to this guy right here named Moklili13, which is very nice. And we're gonna head on to Sandbox, and Salvation will actually help me showcase the unit. He'll have some insights as well. We're on VC right now. So yeah. Also do subscribe to Salvation, guys. He's a very great showcase YouTuber. Very smart. Probably the smartest of us all. Definitely the smartest of us all. So we kind of understand now how it works. Took us a little bit to understand, probably like 20 minutes. The way it works is you pick a unit. Every time the stage starts, you pick a racer that you will pick, and then you can pick between Scientist, Joy, Aeobot, or Concert. So those are the 4 options that you can pick from. And all of them has different specializations. And my theory for these specializations is if you pick Concert, for example, the speed stat will probably go up easier. That's my theory here. So there's several different stats here that you have. If you pick a unit that has the speed specialization, my theory is that it will increase the speed stat a lot faster. So what we have right here is basically showing you guys how it's gonna work. By the way, 1,000 to place, 131k to max. But you can actually reduce the cost of this unit by increasing the cost stat, or by increasing the cost stat right here. So skip wave. We're gonna keep skipping wave to show you guys this. And as you guys can see, we are increasing their stat right here. And basically, we are increasing the stats. One thing I would like to mention is that increasing their stats like speed, cost, damage, and critical will increase their mood on a success and decrease their move on a failure. So what matters, why that matters actually, is because on a higher mood, the upgrades or the action points that you put on your unit will actually give a higher increase. So on great mood, if you would put an action point on speed, it would increase the speed action point a lot higher than it would usually increase it if it was a low mood. So you have to keep your mood at a very high area, and that is stated here in the passives, right? Spend actions to increase a stat which replenishes every wave. The stat's chance to fail increases. So when you pick a stat, so for example, if you pick speed, as you keep picking speed, it will increase the chance of this unit's of upgrading that stat to fail. So if you keep picking speed, it will eventually get to 70%. If you keep picking cost, it will eventually get to 70%. And that's why it's probably better to juggle between great and cost, which will make it, you know, less likely for you to fail and less likely for you to get low mood, right? And then we'll take a look at the passives here one more time. Mood increases stat growth, increases chance to succeed. And you can actually also click rest right here in order to spend 1 action point to increase your mood. But I really won't recommend using that because by juggling between speed and cost, you're probably going to be fine already. So there's probably a use for this, but haven't really seen it. My advice is to literally just juggle between speed and cost. And then, by the way, if you get all 4 stats maxed, you will gain 100% increase in damage, and they will run 2 times faster. But the problem here is getting all of these stats maxed will be a lot harder. Getting 1 stat maxed, especially if it's their specialization, is a lot easier. But all of them maxed is pretty hard. Now, let us focus on speed more. So what I'm going to do is we're going to focus on speed more so that we can probably increase the speed stat a lot faster. Because the unit or racer that we picked right now is Concert, which is the speed specialization racer. Our speed stat increases a lot faster than the other stats. So as you guys can see right here, even though we were focusing in cost earlier, cost was not increasing as fast as speed was because this unit is not a cost specialization racer, right? So there's again 4 options, and the one we're currently having right now is speed. So speed is going up a lot higher than usual. So you could probably get to max 15, probably max this stat right here in 15 waves, I would say, 15 waves. And it's pretty easy to max out as long as you keep yourself with a decent mood. It will be very easy to max out. So as you guys can see right here, we are almost in, it's actually pretty easy to max out as long as you keep grades. As long as you keep great mood, it's pretty easy to max out. It's possible in 15 waves. So again, let's skip the game mode here again. Do cost. All right, skip wave again. Now you could get bad RNG and you genuinely could just fail despite it, like, you know, being pretty easy. All right, so now he maxes out the speed. He can now do cost, but again, cost does not move up as fast as speed. So try to max out the unit. Try to max out unit and tell me the cost right now. So the cost right now from 131,000 is only 92,000. Originally, if you didn't have a single statin cost, it would be around 131,000. So right now it's at 92k, which is pretty nice. So upgrade to max. So yeah, you really could pick whichever stat specialization you want to. So if you pick the cost racer, you'll be able to get a cheap racer that can upgrade in, I believe, 26,000. And that's their damage right there. You could also pick the racer that has speed, which will make them run like this pretty fast. Or you could pick the one with, you know, damage or critical. So what I'm gonna do right now before I end this is we're going to skip wave a lot and we're going to max out the damage. Let turn on auto upgrade and let's spam skip. So we're going to start spamming skip here because you can turn on auto upgrade if you want to, which I think will automatically pick the, I think, specialization, whichever one of these it will upgrade, it will automatically pick. So let's turn that on. Okay, it doesn't seem to do anything, so I don't know what that does. Okay, so manually upgrade everything. Now that we have all stats upgraded to max right here, you have speed at 200, cost at 200, damage at 200, critical at 200, you will see that the unit now has 2.10 million damage stat with 245,000 DPS. The unit is, or the enemy is running this fast right here. Let me actually show you how absurdly crazy this is. We're going to spawn in health multiplier Vegeta, which has 5.60 million. By the way, this has 100% crit chance with 2.1 million damage, and he sweeps the entire stage in about 5 seconds. So as you guys can see right there, he one-shotted Vegeta. I'm sorry. One-shotted Vegeta. This is because he has, or she has, sorry, high damage stat. He has high damage stat and high crit damage. As you guys can see right here, there's a 2.25 crit damage. I think this right here also increases her crit damage. So right now her crit is at, you know, 100% and crit damage at 2.25. So essentially this damage right here, that's 2.10 M, is multiplied by 2.25. Right, yeah, it's multiplied by 2.25. So this is not the actual damage. The actual damage is 2.10 M multiplied by 2.25. So that is actually broken, and he is... Okay, I'm gonna try and spawn in a Vegeta with like 100 health multiplier. This is 60 million. I want to see how fast he's gonna end this Vegeta, because he, remember, he's doing about 5 million right now, right? And he clears the entire map in about 5 seconds, apparently. So
yeah, I mean, looking at the timer at the top, I'd count like it's between 5 and 6 seconds. So if you take
like
with a grain of salt and do
seconds.
6 seconds,
yeah, more like 6 seconds.
if you do it with 6 seconds, then her DPS with that damage stat and everything is around 75,000 DPS.
75,000 at max.
Yep. Yeah.
But
Because you take how long it takes her to go through the entire track.
So the total DPS of this unit at this point is roughly around 750,000 DPS. And the explanation to that is simple. It takes about 6 seconds for this unit, 6 or 7 seconds for this unit to go from that all the way here. And his damage, as you guys will see right here, is 4.724 million, by the way. So it's 4.7 million each time he attacks, and I think it's around 6 seconds for her to go all the way there to there. So it's 4.7 million divided by 6, which essentially means that the DPS of this unit is going to be 4,700,000 divided by 6, which is 783,000 DPS, which is absolutely insane. Right now, he is doing that much, and the reason why I can tell he's doing that much is because of how fast Itachi is dying. And by the way, stuns does not bother this unit at all, mainly because he's not dependent on this unit right here. He's just a summon. So I wonder if Yomo would actually... This is the energy drain unit, by the way. I wonder if a unit like Yomo would ever be a problem. So Yomo is the unit that does energy, that does minus. So I think it does reduce her damage if you get energy drained. So yeah, this unit is overall pretty busted. It did take a while to set him up. I think there's a faster way to set this unit up. But yeah, I think there's a faster way to set this unit up. But overall, this unit is pretty broken. Like you guys saw it here, 700,000 something DPS. If you could set this up faster and get max stats on everything faster, you would probably be able to cook much harder with this. So yeah. Also, if the map was shorter, if the map was significantly shorter, the DPS would be higher. This DPS, yeah. So
I don't know what would be the shortest map.
Theoretically, this unit could actually get to 1,000,000 DPS if there's a short enough map, and also if you probably give them a good burb. The thing that's going to really affect the DPS a lot here is the length of the range, because the longer the range, the longer the time it takes for the unit to run. So if it's shorter, obviously the SPA is going to be faster, because the SPA here is the length or the amount of time it takes for this unit to run from there all the way here. So if, in a shorter map, probably like the map, it would probably be a lot higher in the Fate map, because that Fate map is super straight. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this unit. Absolutely broken, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.